Hi, this is your girl Red from EarHustle411, where we keep our ears to the streets. Today I'm here at Global Mixx with no other than producer, songwriter, Grammy-winning No ID.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, No ID, how did you even come by that name?
It's my name backwards.
Nice, I love it. Now, I know you're a Grammy winner and you work with some amazing people. For those who don't know you, give them an idea of who you work with.
Best known for working with Common, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Nas. I don't know, I work with Rihanna, Tony Braxton.
The list goes on, right? Fantastic. Now, as a producer and songwriter, what is it that you can tell them about how you got into the business?
Well, I got into the business as a young kid, just really trying to make music for myself. And I worked with a friend of mine who was a lifelong friend, Common, and I worked on his first 3 albums. And then I kind of cultivated what I did, and learned how to be a professional at what I was doing. I didn't really consider it a career yet. It was more of, a learning experience and sharpening my blade, so to speak. And then at some point, I was an adult, and I just realized I had to make it a career, and I began to educate myself and grow into different, learning different equipment, different aspects of creating music, different perspectives and philosophies and the history of all the different things that have been done. You got to educate yourself.
Fantastic. Now, with you being said to have so much influence, especially here in Chicago, do you feel that rap music has taken a turn for the worse, and do you think there's a direct correlation between all the violence in hip-hop music?
That's an oft-repeated question, and it's like saying which came first, the chicken or the egg. It wouldn't be a chicken if it was no egg, and there wouldn't be an egg to lay without a chicken. With that being said, I think a lot of the kids are just rapping about, number one, what they see, and number two, what people like. And we got to put some onus on the listeners. If we don't buy it and we don't listen to it and we don't like it, they won't do it.
That's true. So if they don't have an audience, there's no way to put it out there. I agree with that, 100%. What do you think, though, that you could tell them to, just because I'm sure that they look up to you and they want to be like you? I mean, you are is it the vice president or president of Def Jam?
Executive vice president.
Executive vice president. That's a big title to fill. I mean, how did that make you feel to have that position?
I'm honored. Def Jam is like to me, it's a brand that represents culture. It's a staple in hip hop. It's not just, black rap music. This is Rick Rubin, Russell Simmons, Lyor Cohen, like great record people that have done all types of incredible music for our culture, colorless. So, I'm trying to be part of that tradition and opportunity being allotted to new young people to carry this on, because this music saved my life. I'm from Chicago, and we talk about all the violence and all these things. This is where I'm from. I'm just like the kid that's doing it now, minus the fact that I didn't have 1,000 guns dumped into my neighborhood. If I had 1,000 guns dumped into my neighborhood, I don't know where I would be.
And that's great. The fact that you come back and give back is so fantastic to just see, and we can appreciate that. Now, with all that being said, how do they get in the business? What words of wisdom do you have for them?
Well, the words are educate yourself. Like, you know, there's nothing you're ever going to be able to do in life without educating yourself. It's not a hustle. It's not a scheme. It's not a scam. It's hard work. It's dedication. It's education. And when I say education, it's not always school. Sometimes it's self-education. Sometimes you got to pick up a book and read. Sometimes you got to go to somebody and learn. Sometimes you got to click on the internet and get out the blog and go read the history of what's going on with what you want to do. And I think that you know, as a city and as a culture, we'll be all right. You know, music goes through these points and times where, you know, it goes in cycles. When I came in, everybody had on Africas and was positive, and now it's negative, and pretty soon it'll be positive. And it was What's Going On, and it was Stevie Wonder, and it's always a balance.
And everybody just has to recognize that that's what it is. And in the end, it is still entertainment. Yes. Well, if anybody out there want to reach you, how can they do that?
That's a good one. You can hit me up on, let's say, maybe social media. Twitter's Cocaine 80s. A lot of people don't know that. I usually don't say it. I'm not a big social media, but I do look at those things, you know, and I do respond to those things as well. So you can hit me up on Twitter, Cocaine 80s, and you know, I go further. I'm really interested in what people do and have. It's my job. I love to hear and see what people have to say and what they got.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you just taking your time out. And if you had to leave one word of wisdom, what would that be?
Believe and work hard.
I like that. Believe and work hard. You've heard it from No ID and Red from EarHustle411, where we're keeping our ears to the streets.